Hey guys, and welcome to the Natty Blueprint podcast. This is episode 13. We hope you are all well. It's just me and Denny again today. We've haven't unfortunately got on a guest, even though we said we would. We messed up there, mate. To be fair,
Let
but
me let me message the guests that we were supposed to have now.
yeah, quickly see if they can come online quickly. But no, it's been a bit of a chaotic week or a chaotic few days. Obviously, you've been busy meeting Eric on the weekend, and then I've been planning my,
Good
my
old
trip
Eric.
To Prague. Oh God, we can-
Well,
we go into it at some point. Anyway, yeah. So
some point.
I've had like load of uni deadlines as well. So had a uni deadline today, so I had to
Oh,
submit
sure.
work today, and then I've got a uni deadline for next Monday. But obviously I'm away from Thursday, so I'm
Just what you want.
pretty busy. And also on top of that, got a couple of new startups just randomly out of nowhere,
Oh
which is
shit.
brilliant. But I was like, Jesus Christ, it always happens in like such a short period of time when you have very minimal open time anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, at least everything will be ticked off when you start prep, hopefully.
yeah.
And then
Do you know what? So I was actually thinking. So when I was thinking that when I go to Prague, that maybe I should have a bit of time off, like move the check-ins to the Monday.
yeah.
But I was like, well, on the Monday, I'm going to coming back late Sunday night. Monday, I'm going to have to wake up, train. Obviously, I start prep that day. I've got a uni deadline, so I'm like, I might as well just take my laptop out and do check-ins out there. So
Yeah. I'll take a voice note check-in off you if you want. Make your life easier.
no, mate, I'm not. The standard's not dropping. It's never dropping. I don't think I've ever. I probably trying to think if I've ever replied via a voice note. Obviously, when you're in prep and you're checking in multiple times a week, that's when it's a voice note and the loom kind of subsides for a little bit. But I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever given a voice note unless it's been like a few days late and I haven't had access to a computer.
Yeah.
But then it's on the client's head at the end of the day. You
Yeah.
don't check in on
Yeah.
the day you're meant to check in.
Yeah. It's your fault.
Yeah. Anyway, mate, how's things for you?
All good. I've managed to dodge a bit of man flu, I think. I'm a bit stuffy
Amazing.
still. But yeah, had a pretty chill weekend. Busy weekend, but chill weekend. Out and about in London with Eric. Inside joke. Yeah, pretty chill weekend. Busy day yesterday doing check-ins. Legs today with Scott. He tried to put me in a bin, but I was like, not happening.
Yeah.
Not today. So yeah, other than that, all good. I actually woke up 168 pounds on Sunday, which I
Saw
looked at
that
myself in the mirror.
expenditure on Eric.
Yeah.
21k steps.
Yeah, it was a busy time with Eric.
Fuck's sake.
uh, just so no, I'm not actually going to go into details there.
Yeah, don't. Anyway, what did you do, mate? You don't have to.
Yeah. So, what did I do? Went to a crazy golf place in London called Swingers. It does sound a bit suspect, but
Swingers, yeah.
Swingers, yeah. Went there, had a little shop around. Went to the Gymshark shop. Did like 25k steps, which is always ideal. Not. And started to feel a little bit ill at the end of it, but it was a good day out, good evening.
Yeah.
Got the last train home, and that's why I was up late when you said go to bed.
Yeah.
Literally, I just got in. I was like, ah, there's a story on there. Let's reshare that.
Yeah, you
So
reshared
yeah,
my story that I tagged you in at 10 a.m. You
yeah,
reshared it at 11 p.m. and I saw it just before I was about to go to bed and I was like, go to
go
bed.
to bed. And
I think it's
yeah,
an important topic as well. Like, obviously, you're in prep and you're going out, you're having days out, still enjoying yourself. Like, albeit it's a rest day. Was it a rest day? No, it was a
no,
training
no,
day,
it's
wasn't it?
training day in the morning. Yeah,
Trained early in the morning, took your meals with you, and sorted something out. And you don't have to be this robot when you are in prep. And you even said to me on your after your check-in, you feel a lot more social this time round
yeah,
and a lot better for it than what you did last time round. So
yeah.
it's
Because
good to
last
see.
time I just turned into a hermit. I didn't speak
Yeah,
to anyone.
it's
It was
so easy
literally
to do.
get up, do a bit of work, go to the gym, headphones in, don't speak to anyone, cardio, go home, do a bit of work, and that was my life for pretty much 5 months. And no wonder it went all a bit sort of sideways. So this time round, making a bit more of a conscious effort to do things with other people, or even just train. I don't always like training with other people, but as long as I can crack on with my session, which the people that I am training with, they're pretty chill with it. So yeah, obviously, the deeper I get into prep, that's probably going to start coming a bit less frequent. Same with when you go out, there's only so much you can do the deeper you get into prep, because obviously, energy, you need to be mindful of food, and there's less flexibility there in terms of like I might not have enough food to take with me, or it's the types of food that I am eating, it can't always work. So, but yeah, this time around, like it is one of those things I'm consciously making that effort, because I've always kind of done that. It's kind of like a little bit of a coping mechanism. Like I will go into hermit mode
Yeah.
just to kind of get through when it's not always the best way of doing it. Which again, you learn. So yeah, this time around, all good, and I think the physique is showing a better response to it, or scale weight is showing a better response. So we've had first change on Saturday, wasn't it? So a
Correct.
little increase in steps, which I look back on the sheets and we're still ahead of time. So good stuff. But yeah, other
Yeah,
than
the
that,
change was more of just a little bit proactive, where we started to notice like a trend happen every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, where you'd get a pretty significant drop, and obviously that significant drop is kind of reduced in size, I would say.
yeah,
So it's just trying to be a little bit proactive, where it's a case of okay, let's keep the ball rolling on. There's still the pound and a half drop that we're getting per week. We probably know that if we didn't make a little small change this week, we maybe wouldn't achieve the kind of rate of loss target that we'd want to
yeah,
achieve this week. Even though you went out and did 21k steps and dropped £2 anyway, so
yeah,
you're back up this morning, which was good. I was
yeah,
hoping for that. I was the last thing I would. That's why I messaged you this morning. I was like, "What's your scale weight?" Because the last thing I wanted to see was you go down again, and I was like, "Oh shit."
165 pounds.
Yeah, literally. Like, this is a good thing to talk about in a prep. If you're dropping like pound on pound per day, it is not a good sign. It is not a good sign. You want the scale weight to be gradual.
Yeah,
I think AJ's mapped out the first 5 weeks of my prep, and it's like a pound and a half per week, and I
okay.
think that's manageable in terms of you you won't lose performance at that body weight drop. If you're dropping 3, 4, 5 pounds between rotations, you're going to really, really struggle when it comes to retaining your performance, and
Yeah,
therefore you're not going to retain your muscle.
yeah, and then you're just going to be flat and deflated, all of it,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
there's obviously a reason you're dropping that much anyway. So
yeah. That's
obviously,
not
like we
body
did,
fat.
yeah, exactly, like we did a few weeks ago, having a little high day just to slow it down a little bit, which I think it did,
Yeah,
like briefly. What was it, like 2 or 3 days? My weight was up and then dropped back
come
down
back
again.
down.
Had we not done that, I might have even been sub 170 after that weekend. So
Yeah, yeah. It was a good call. You're on track, and that's the main thing. You feel sound. You feel good. So as you should do at 13 weeks out.
yeah,
Yeah,
loads of time.
you've got loads of time and got another 10, 13 pounds to pull off, really. So
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how I look when I hit 160. Because I think
yeah,
like the 160 was my best look
yeah.
personally. So when we get there again,
I think it will look better,
yeah,
100%.
hopefully there's
Because I think you made some
a
improvements.
few grams of extra muscle in the chest somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, in the chest. Yeah. Saying that, I
Uh,
was looking at your you posted a picture the other day of like your side profile, and I was like, yeah, his
yeah,
chest. I was like, his chest
the
don't
thing
look
is,
shit.
like, a lot of what happens when I pose, which I need to like start to try and rectify, is as soon as I pose my chest, it flattens. So I need to just not contract it as hard.
Yeah,
Because yeah, it looks cool because there's some striations in it, but if I just keep it a little bit more relaxed, there's that overhang a little bit more. As soon as like it contracts, it just goes
yeah.
flat into me. So
I think a lot of people think when you're posing, it means contracting certain muscles, and
yeah, yeah. I
sometimes you
mean,
don't
obviously,
need
if
to.
you're in bodybuilding, maybe, then yeah, like
Yeah,
kind
I
of maybe
wouldn't. To be fair though, on like a front lat or any of my front shots, I wouldn't contract my chest. Maybe on like a most muscular to show
yeah,
chest striations,
yeah,
but like I wouldn't on the other ones.
yeah, because you want the
Because
chest to look
usually
full
when I'm contracting my chest, I'm bringing my elbows together, which slightly internally rotates my shoulders, and
and that
then
makes you smaller.
makes me smaller. So I want to
Yeah,
look as wide as possible. So usually I'm getting my chest up and then contracting down my abs.
yeah.
So
Same when I'm doing like hands off hip front pose. I have the tendency, and I keep noticing it, is my right pec will contract, and it just looks weird against the left one. So
Yeah,
just things like that. You don't always have to like proper contract every single muscle you're doing.
yeah.
If
I
it
think
looks
men's
worse,
physique shots is more
yeah,
relaxed for sure,
yeah,
and it looks better more relaxed.
yeah. Especially for me, like it looks just fuller as well. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's almost a detriment if I am trying to contract everything as hard as possible.
Yes, yes, for sure. So a little bit of information there if anyone's in prep at the moment. I know Billy's in prep. He'll be happy to hear he's on the podcast.
Yep,
Um, he's
good listener.
yeah, he is. He comments on every video. Billy,
Yeah,
you're the goat, mate. Like you're one of the most avid listeners of this podcast. So my
and
guy.
shout
But
out everyone else as well.
yes,
So make sure you
um,
comment, like.
like, comment, subscribe, share.
Yeah. I mean, our last one didn't do too well in terms of views. It's
Well,
sort of like this at the moment.
it is
One
very
would do
much like that.
decent, one, so this one's probably going to be not the greatest, which I
Well,
think leads us into one of the questions that we have as well.
oh, go on in.
What are, where is it? Was it on the my one or the Natty Blueprint?
I don't know, bro.
David's asked some questions, so we got some from there as well. So yeah, not completely empty. I'm gonna ask Clint's one now then. So this is Big Clint. What are your future goals with the podcast?
Okay. Do
What's
you want
yours?
me to go first and then you go yours?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I've got a rough
Um,
idea.
I think we've spoken about this before, but like my goal is to create a community with this podcast and to bring more exposure to natural bodybuilding within the southeast. That's something that I would really like to drive forward because I'm a advocate of natural bodybuilding. I think sometimes people get it a little bit misconstrued that I don't like assisted side of bodybuilding when that's just not true. I love bodybuilding in general, but you know, because I am natural, my business is with naturals. I am an advocate of natural bodybuilding. And that is what I would like to get out of this podcast. And also just meet new faces, talk to new people, right? And this podcast, I think we can both agree it was something that was slightly out of our comfort zones,
Yeah,
and we had to, take the jump. And now it's something that I really enjoyed. Like I look forward to doing this podcast because I'm like, we're going to have an hour, 45 minutes, an hour of just chatting, and it's going to be a decent chat.
yeah,
And that's what it feels like now. Like it literally feels like me and you are on a call and we're
yeah.
just chatting. Um,
Whereas probably the first one was a bit like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it was kind of a bit like, oh, I need to be careful what I'm going to say, but
Yeah,
now I'm just kind of like, I don't really care.
literally. But yeah, that's kind of similar to me. More so just the ability to meet, I say meet, to engage with people that I wouldn't normally engage with, and obviously then that helps raise awareness or bring out a bit of exposure for natural bodybuilding as well. So by having a wide variety of people, whether that be female, male, young, old, assisted, natural, you're gonna get a lot of different opinions, and that will just help kind of expose what we wanting to basically preach a little bit. So whether that be someone who's got a big name for themselves or someone who's like not even on socials, it'll be good to just hear from a wide variety of people. So hopefully, like it'll be cool. Like a little personal goal of mine would just be to have someone who is big in the industry or has like a lot of kind of say in the industry, that we can maybe one day have on. So
Yeah.
that would be mine.
And I think as well, like we've already noticed it with having guests on. Admittedly, a lot of the guests we already kind of know personally anyway. But for example, like Rue, I literally just messaged him saying, "Do you want to come on the pod?" I've never spoke to him before, and he's such a sound guy.
Yeah.
And it was like the first time he was on the podcast. Like when he was on the podcast, it was the first time we've ever spoken to him, and he was just
Yeah.
such a sound guy.
See,
So
I thought you knew him.
no,
It
not
wasn't
at all.
until we all jumped on it. I was like, definitely don't know him.
No, I knew nothing about him. Honestly, I knew nothing. Obviously, I followed his journey last year, and
Yeah.
I saw him on stage, but I didn't know anything around his like background or how he got into it. And to talk to him, and there are so many sound people in this industry.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of bellends, but
Yeah. We'll try not to get any of those
we'll try not to get any of those on. If not, we'll just expose them
on.
live on the podcast. The Natty Blueprint bellend.
Imagine. bring them on for 5 minutes. I don't really like you. Can you
Yeah.
get off, please?
Imagine their Canva thumbnail. Just put a big penis on there.
James will like that one.
James um, likes it hard. Oh dear.
He actually asked me a question today, so
It's
and
gonna be a
as
fantastic.
always, he decided to be a little bit suspect with it as well.
Nice.
So, with that, James likes it hard Linford has asked, go to off-plan meal. Each other's asses don't count.
Wow. Really?
Damn it, that was going to be number
That's
one, to be
top priority.
honest. It's what I was looking forward to post show, to be honest.
Oh dear. What's your favourite? You can answer this first, because obviously,
Uh, anything pizza,
yeah, I think we said
specifically
before,
Domino's.
like Domino's.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know. On the
me
weekend, I
boy.
had homemade burgers, and they were good. Like I, I like burgers, but I don't like the thin patty burgers. So like Five Guys and like McDonald's, they do
Like
these
a
like
smash
shitty
burger,
thin.
yeah.
I fucking hate them. Like,
Oh, really?
I just think they're shit. So I like like a pub burger, like a
Yeah,
thick patty,
yeah.
banging. So
Nice.
yeah, Kate done some burgers on Saturday night whilst Chelsea are playing, and then
Did you win or did you lose?
no, we fucking lost, bro. Of course we lost. So I ate
Arsenal
my
lost.
burger at half time. I was like in such a good mood, winning 1-0. Nice burger, chips, air fried chips, and then yeah, just lost 2-1.
Oh dear. Well, I'm not going to speak about Arsenal because
You lost
they
as
also
well.
lost. So the title race is over in my eyes.
Yes, you're done.
Not that Chelsea were in it, but
Yeah. But look, if you have a look at my room now, I did this on Saturday. I was productive.
hey,
I've
it
now
does look good. It does look good.
done the whole room, even though I need to sort some of the where I'm
What's
going to put
the
washing and stuff now.
what's the next plan with it?
So I've ordered a sign. Fucking hell, signs are expensive.
Oh dear.
Jesus Christ.
Have you got like a
Like,
little plaque like
yeah,
this?
yeah. I was like, this
MDB.
is this is a business expense for sure. Um, so I've ordered a sign. I've ordered a couple more bits of artwork. Um, I want to get a Natty Blueprint podcast sign as well. I've getting some quotes, but this person on Etsy is not responding to me. So that's always good.
Good.
But yeah, mate, the sign, the MDB coaching sign, was quite expensive. It was like 170 quid,
How big is it?
45 centimeters in width.
It's not really
It's
big,
not
is it?
massive. It's not massive, right? But I was so basically I've got two shelves here with my trophies on, and then I want the sign in the middle.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it like a LED or is it just like a metal?
no, that was no lights. Now the thing was I wanted lights in it, but then I couldn't stand the thought of having cables dangling down the wall in front of me. And the
Yeah.
only other way you can get around it is by putting the lights in the back of the wall.
So
But
yeah,
I
change
can't
the
do that.
channel out. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't do that because I don't have access to that side of the wall, right?
I mean, you could just take a small channel out of the wall. It's plasterboard, isn't it?
Uh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, this is where we see Max's DIY skills.
Did you see my DIY
Yeah,
skills?
that's why I said it. Yeah, like
Using your
it
drill
would
as
be
a
pretty
hammer.
easy. Just take a channel out of the wall, put a bit of conduit in there, run the cable down, and then just fill it back over and paint it. Job done. It would permanently have to stay there at that point, but
I'm happy with my non-lit
okay,
sign now.
okay.
I was thinking of the neon one as well, but then I was like, it might look a little bit tatty.
Yeah, I suppose you could just like if it's on a shelf, just get like LED strip lights out, battery powered, and it'll just
Yeah, like the sign will stick on the wall. I've got things
okay.
to stick the sign on the wall.
Yeah,
And then yeah, if I want to make it glow, then I could just get some LED things to put around it because it's a
yeah,
3D sign, so
nice.
I can do that. Um, but yeah, it was. I had to get that pink sofa bed out here, man, and that was Luke from the gym. Luke.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, he came round to help me move it. He's on prep at the moment, by the way, and he trained
Oh, is
legs
it?
before he came.
Sure.
And because he's got a van, I was like, can you help me get it downstairs? Mate, what a mission getting it down my stairs, like trying to get it through the doorway. It's a 3-bed sofa bed. And yeah, we had to carry it all the way down. And then he drove it to my mum's, and then I had to bring it up like take it into my mum's house and bring it upstairs then as well.
Oh no.
Mission,
I was
absolute
gonna
mission.
say if you was just throwing it out, I would have just cut it in half and thrown it out your window.
Yeah, it's an expensive sofa bed.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
want to sell it.
Gotcha.
I paid like 900 quid for that thing, and I barely
Why did you
used
pick
it.
a pink sofa out of all colours?
Right, let's put it this way: I didn't obviously pick it, did I?
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Uh,
Well, I'm sure it will come of good use to someone when you do sell it, if you sell it.
hopefully.
We have another question from Graham Mansell. I don't think you know him. I chat to him quite a few times in the gym. Hopefully, you're an avid listener. He said, "What is your go-to song to get you in the zone in the gym? Nothing else."
Get me in the zone. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, for you, this was definitely just going to be Nicki Minaj, isn't it?
Truffle butter.
Fuck's sake.
Billy agreed with me, by the way, in the comments below for that
Yeah, I
episode.
did see that.
Have you listened to Lil Wayne's version for Truffle Butter yet?
No, I'm not going to.
You have to do that before the
I'm not
next
doing it.
podcast.
No, not happening.
Eric will love it.
Good old Eric. Yeah.
Good old Eric.
Uh,
Christ. Anyway, top set songs. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to go on my playlist.
Nicki Minaj.
Okay, so See What I've Become by Zach Hemsey. Great
Yep.
one. I quite like Hans Zimmer stuff as well. But I only use Hans Zimmer for things like hack squat, or pendulum, or even an RDL. I don't use it for push. For push, it's more like Bugsy Malone, stuff like that. I've got The
Interesting
Weeknd as
choice.
well. Prisoner by The Weeknd, great song.
Yeah. Okay. I'll rate that. I'll rate that. See, mine change all the time.
Do you have
Currently,
like one song that you go to for major like
sometimes, Roy Jones Jr. Can't Be Touched. That's a good
yeah,
one. That's like you can't go wrong with that one if I can't find anything. But at the minute, it is Kendrick Lamar's verse in the Radioactive Imagine Dragons song because they've done like a collab there.
yeah.
And at the moment, it's also drum and bass by Lude, and it's called Butters. It's a
You're
pretty
not
good
a
one.
massive drum and bass fan, are you?
I'm not like heavily into it. I like drum and bass, but if someone said to me, "Oh, do you know what X, Y, Z?" I'd be like, "Never heard of it." Like Hybrid Minds, Dimension, Subfocus. I like all
Yeah,
those,
you know,
but
like that's like dance floor drum and bass.
the basic bitch drum and bass.
That's
All
the
that.
best stuff, man. Like
Yeah,
a lot of people like really hard drum and bass, and I
yeah,
just can't. Like to me, that's just noise.
yeah, yeah,
And I much prefer like you like Canine, and
yeah.
because it's got like there's lyrics in it, and then there's a good drop.
Gotcha.
So
I like kind of like old school drum and bass as well. So like Pendulum.
yeah,
I like
like
all
the
their
old
old
Chase
stuff.
and Status stuff as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, great
that's
stuff.
what I prefer.
Yeah. So you, like for one movement, you don't have like one song. See
No.
What I've Become by Zach Hemsey is my Cybex hack
See,
song.
for me, like if I did that, I would lose that kind of hype up to it because I'm constantly using it. I need almost like that novel kind of
Yeah,
sound in my ear.
but I only use it once every 10 days,
Okay.
and like majority of the time, I don't actually listen to music whilst I train.
Do you know?
No,
Oh, I
I
have
will
to.
I'll put in AirPods um, when I'm about to do like a big set, but majority of the time, I don't put on music.
Yeah, no. Mine, I have to train with music. Like,
But then I train
even
with a train partner all the time,
true. Very true.
so I have him to talk to me throughout the set,
Yeah.
or
Whispering in your
arouse
ear.
me throughout the set. Let's say.
Yeah. Touching you and arousing you.
He fills my chest when I do a press.
nibbling on your ear.
You see him just man. Do you see Andy manhandled me that yesterday?
Just
I was,
picked you up off the floor.
yeah, literally. I was trying to get up off the pendulum. I put my hands there, and I just get lifted up off the floor. I was like, "Oh, cheers, mate."
I mean, that's what training partners are for.
Exactly. To be fair, we
Um,
do some sus stuff.
yeah, I can imagine. You spend a
Like
lot of time together.
sometimes I've got off like hacks and stuff, and I've got him to take my belt off for me, and yeah, just
And
sort
then
of
he's taking your trousers off and
yeah,
yeah.
doing it all.
That's me out of questions.
Oh, geez, I've got quite a few questions now.
Well, there you go then. It's all yours.
Where
Take it
where
away.
where have these come from?
Oh, we've had Will's one before. I've just seen on the Natty blueprint.
I'm looking on my page. I got okay. James Linkford likes it hard, or James likes it hard. Linford. Who in the natural bodybuilding scene are you excited to see compete this year?
I'll let you answer that
Um, okay, I'm not going to say any of my clients because I just don't think that's
because we
like
don't excite you.
yeah, none of you excite me. No, of course, like I'm excited to see all my clients on stage, but I feel like everyone knows my clients and who are competing this year. But of course, like it'd be to have you on stage, to have Dylan, Tom, Owen, to have all of you on stage is going to be mega.
Yeah.
But I'm going to look at it from the outside perspective, so I'm not in my own little bubble. Of course, again as well, seeing AJ back on stage will be very, very good for natural bodybuilding. I'm trying to think of who else is competing.
Mine
This
was
is the
going to be
problem. When we're
AJ.
down south, we're like so out the bubble, aren't we?
Yeah, of like who are
And if I
the
if I
up and
lived on
coming
Instagram,
names.
I'd probably find out who's competing. But
Yeah.
oh, Billy, I suppose like Billy as well. His first time
Yeah.
going on stage. Like, I think he's competing in 12 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Be good to see some of the local lads. Regan as well. I believe he's competing
Oh, was he
again.
this year?
He's competing as a junior this year, so I'm excited
Okay.
to see him back on stage. Hopefully, he's grown it back. Um, uh,
Uh,
yeah. What about you? Can you think of anyone?
I was going to say AJ simply because it's been like this almost like enigma. It's
Yeah.
like this hidden, not hidden prep, because obviously everyone knows he's on prep, but it's like this, oh, what's he going to look like? So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think it'll be a
I,
good one, especially who he is as well. Like he's
yeah.
such a big name in the industry as well, so it'll be exciting to see where he's at.
I've got some insider knowledge because I've already seen him, but I can't say anything. Incognito mode still.
Yep,
He
can't
just
say
took off his clothes and I couldn't see anything. It was like camouflage. I was like, blinded.
anything.
But yeah, like anyone who's kind of local, obviously we're looking forward to seeing them on stage. Obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing my clients on stage. AJ, is Josh Croggan's competing this year as well, isn't he?
Yes.
Look, yeah, he's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose
Tom
because
Stockton's not anymore.
who's that?
Tom Stockton?
Oh, is he not?
No, he's fucked his shoulder.
Oh, oh
Bless
dear.
him. Oh dear.
Sorry to hear that. But yeah, I think because a lot of people as well who are going at the back end of the year haven't started prep yet,
Yeah.
it's hard to kind of know who's going. Um, Denny, you're not excited to see me on stage then?
Nah, mate. Because it's so fucking far away. That's
Yeah,
why
28 weeks,
I
29
can't.
weeks.
I can't get excited yet. I'll be worn out by the time you get on stage.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god. Christ.
You're a
Oh,
72-week prep.
fucking 4 years out, bro. Okay, Josh Dandy. I think this is a new listener of the podcast. Got a decent rig on him as well. Would you rather sweat cheese or sneeze hot sauce? You can't sell the cheese in brackets. Legend.
Okay.
Can I sell the hot sauce then? If I
I'm
just
not sneezing hot sauce. Imagine how rough that's gonna feel. Have you ever like rubbed your nose when you've had a bit of hot sauce on your hand or
that
something?
is pretty brutal. But
Yeah,
I don't know
no,
about. I'm not a sweaty person, so I
what
probably
sort of
wouldn't.
cheese we talking? Like,
Yeah, is this Red Leicester or is this Stilton? Because if it's Stilton, I'm stinking.
like a whole lump of fucking
Yeah.
Edam comes out.
Um.
Or is it like mozzarella grated comes out your armpits or something?
I'm mozzarella balls. I suppose
Yeah,
it depends on how much cheese and also how
I'm
what
not that
cheese.
sweaty, so
I'm not that sweaty, but
I'll
I'm
take.
thinking in the summer when it's like 30 degrees and it's a sauna in that gym,
And you're just a cheese man.
I'm just cheese, bro.
But then again, how often do you sneeze?
Yeah,
Not
not
very
a
often.
lot. I don't sneeze a lot.
I'm
Also,
taking hot sauce. I'm taking hot
yeah, I
sauce.
think so because what's that? What do you say when you're going to sneeze? It's like elephant or something, and it doesn't make you sneeze.
I just do that, and it stops you.
I grit my teeth and then put my tongue to the roof of my mouth, and if you just like wait it out 10 seconds, the urge to sneeze goes.
There we go. Hot sauce it is.
Yeah, I think hot sauce is the right answer. The cheese one's too risky, bro.
Yeah, because like I don't sweat a lot, but I probably sweat daily at
Yeah,
some point.
yeah, and then you're stinking of cheese.
Yeah, and then what do you do with all that cheese? Can't sell it.
You can't sell it. Eat it.
I haven't got the macros for it either, so I can't eat it.
Oh dear.
What are these questions?
Um, Zach Bud Coaching has asked, WYR join in your parent? No, not answering that.
What?
Would you? I ain't answering that shit. Zach, I'm not answering that, bro. I'm not even asking that on the question. Jesus Christ, some people are terrible.
I'll have to.
Denny doesn't want to answer that question.
I'm sure. Well, if you don't, I definitely don't.
Exactly. Jesus Christ.
I'll have to
Will
ask him when it
Bourne.
was.
Wilborn has asked, does prep cause you to pick up strange habits?
Um, yes, I guess. Like your eating habits will change a little bit. Like
Yeah.
there are some foods I didn't like last prep that I eat this prep.
Like cucumber.
Like eating out of a certain bowl. I guess that's pretty weird. Like I'll only eat meals out of one bowl. Um, what else is a weird habit in prep?
I think like
I don't know.
certain
Define
walks,
weird, I
it's
suppose.
like certain walks and stuff is weird.
Certain what?
Like I go for the same walk. When I'm writing a diet, I will literally do the same walk like I won't go
Oh yeah,
out of my normal walk, right?
yeah,
Because I know like that walk is 3K steps or 5K steps, so I
yeah,
will not deviate from that walking route,
yeah,
which I suppose is a bit weird because steps are steps regardless of where you're walking.
yeah. At least it's consistent.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think the food one's a bit. I have like I go to small spoons as well, but I think that's just for keeping satiated more so than anything else.
Yeah,
I actually have small spoons now
I do. Like when I'm
because
eating my oats, it's a little
yeah,
teaspoon.
I have a little spoon for my cream of rice and my oats now, and I've done that whole gaining phase. And do you know the reason I've done that is to slow myself down when I'm eating because I
Yeah,
can eat very
yeah.
quickly.
You're just shoveling it in, and then
Yeah,
digestion gets a
and
little bit shit.
I find if I slow it down, my digestion's so much better. So yeah, I've some people roast people for using small spoons. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
But
I mean, maybe a baby spoon's a bit weird.
yeah, baby spoon's weird.
Like,
Grow up.
there's only like the size of a baby spoon is not even worth really putting it in your mouth, is it? Like, it's
No,
for a baby.
yeah, like it's. Can you? Yeah, what can you fit on there? Like, I
Not a
don't know.
lot.
I suppose though, if that's what gets you through prep, like that's what gets you through prep. Like, if you
Yeah,
get shredded eating off a baby spoon, sound
yeah,
keep
go
going.
for it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't really know. I wouldn't say there's anything weird. Well, not yet anyway. Maybe I'll start doing some
Do you
weird
had
shit.
any weird food habits?
I did, well, I say weird food habits. Like last year, it was all about me trying to get as much volume out of foods no matter what.
Yeah.
This year, I've just stuck so far, just sticking with the same thing. So,
Yeah.
and I've not been food focused at all yet. I say yet because it will come. Like, you're going to be hungry at some point. So,
Yeah. You've got to the like you've just got to maintain the meal plan because
yeah,
if as soon as you start thinking, can I have flexibility? that's when it gets hard. That's
Yeah,
when your food focus is
goes through the roof
sand and
because you're
just
always trying
spikes
to
up.
find that little way of making it better,
Yeah,
and in the end, you end up just making it worse
never
because
does.
you're just thinking about food too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stick with your same meals every single day, and then it should be fine. And you won't notice the calorie drops too much as well when changes are made.
yeah,
Because like,
yeah,
what's 25 grams of rice, or
exactly.
it's
It's
not as
nothing.
drastic as you have to change around your whole diet to fit in that Hello Top ice cream.
Prepping on ice cream, nice.
Right. Let me just change pages. Um, Abigail Lucas has asked, biggest life lesson slash favorite performance way. She's
Is
a
that
good
like
natural bodybuilder, actually.
she's coached by Babs, isn't she?
I don't know. I don't know
Pretty
anything
sure she
about her,
is. I'm pretty sure she is.
but yeah,
Um, what was that? Biggest life lesson?
yeah. Biggest life lesson. Favorite perform way flavor.
Biggest life. Let's go with the easy question first. Favorite perform way flavor at the moment, white chocolate.
Double chocolate.
Hmm.
Do you not think white chocolate tastes a little bit like cheese?
Do you know what? I was thinking that when I was when I was mixing it in my oats this morning. I was like, it smells a little bit like
It
cheese.
does. It smells like Denny's been sweating.
It literally crossed my mind this morning when I was making my oats.
It tastes
So
nice, but it does taste
yeah,
a little
like
bit
a
like
kind
cheese.
of like a cheesy, stale smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I like the taste of cheesy white chocolate, apparently.
Yeah, double chocolate.
Biggest double chocolate.
Mm.
I'm not a fan of anything
I've got cookie dough at the
chocolate.
moment, mid.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's that great.
I don't know, like I always buy into the hype and it's never what
Yeah, I tried
it
because
is.
cookie dough and the s'mores were the two new flavors, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
And I tried the s'mores one, and it just tasted of nothing.
Um,
So don't get that one. Biggest life lesson. It's a bit deep, isn't it?
Time is temporary.
Time is temporary. Max the philosopher.
I think like that is probably not maybe that phrase probably doesn't make sense, but knowing that I do only have a certain amount of time and I want to live my life the way I want to live my life and do what makes me happy
Yeah.
and not live in other people's opinions.
Um, I'd say mine just, I guess, to be a bit more present or to be present. Something that I haven't always done, which I'm working on. So yeah, I don't know if that's a lesson. I guess it only becomes a lesson when it goes wrong. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say that.
Don't take anything for granted.
Yeah,
Or another one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if everyone could put their favourite perform way flavour in the comments below, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Or your biggest life lesson.
Does white chocolate perform smell like cheese?
Yeah, it does. It does a little bit.
Okay, David has asked, what's the worst pre-workout experience you both have ever had?
My worst, well, I've got two. One, I had a full-on panic attack,
Nice.
so caffeine induced. And the other one, this was years ago. I don't know whether it's still in ABE, but they had quite a high dose of, is it niacin?
Yeah.
And you can get niacin flush.
Yeah.
I took that, my entire body, my face just went
Red.
bright red. I was like scratching my skin off. It was horrible. I had to sit out for like an hour. The worst feeling ever. So I think I've had it once since in terms of like the ABE pre-workout, but I don't think their dosing of it is as high because I literally my whole body
Yeah, they
it
must
was
have.
like a feverish. It just like went
Yeah.
up me.
Nice and rush is horrible. Do
Oh,
you
it
remember
was
when like assisted guys used to do it?
yeah.
That was like a trend back in the day. I don't know
What was
why
the
they used.
product that it was in?
It was in some
Was
supplement.
it
They
like
used to,
HR Labs?
or was it HR lab? I don't know. They used to purposely give themselves a niacin flush. I
Yeah,
can't actually remember what the thought process behind it was though, because you don't hear anyone doing it anymore.
yeah. I'm gonna quickly Google it. Why would you give yourself niacin flush? cardiovascular benefits. So apparently it can help with your cholesterol. Circulation benefits. Psychedelic. I'm assuming it's probably for the cholesterol reason.
Interesting.
So yeah,
Um,
that's mine.
the worst experience I've had is more so the come down of a pre-workout. I bought Alpha Dark Side when I was like 17 off eBay, and I don't think it was legit.
No,
And have you ever had Alpha Dark Side before?
no.
So it comes, and the scoop is like it might be a 3 or 5 gram scoop. So there's like it's a tiny, tiny little like circular scoop.
You're like throwing it all in.
So I was like, at the time, I was really naive to think that fuck it, I'll heap scoop it, which was probably
Yeah.
about two scoops.
A gram of
And
caffeine.
mate, oh my god, the crash! I thought I was depressed. Like I generally went like I had to go like I trained, had a great session, and when I got home, had my post workout, I just could not. I had to go to bed.
God.
I was so mentally just not in the right place. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, started questioning everything. Like,
Wow. Definitely some
anxiety went
dodgy
through the
stuff in there.
roof.
Definitely
Yeah,
some dodgy shit in there.
it probably wasn't legit. Okay, David has asked, what's the inspiration behind the bodybuilding journey?
Um, Mine, kind of a little bit sad, but I've never really been like excelled at everything. And I guess like sport, whether that be, I mean, I did all right in school, but it's just been that thing for me that I've managed to apply myself to. It's rewarded me in terms of my career. Now, in going into actual bodybuilding as well. So yeah, it's just nice to be able to know that the amount of effort that I put in, which I guess works for everything, but there are certain limits to getting good at things like sport or like football, that sort of sport. So yeah, for me, it was just a thing of me being able to get good at something, and I would say I'm good at it, or as good as I can be at it right now.
Yeah, yeah. I'd kind of agree with that. To be fair, like I was never good at like football, rugby. Even when I did boxing, that kind of got me into the gym. I wasn't like
Yeah,
great at boxing. Like I was never going to be a pro boxer. Um, and then obviously I got into the gym, and I like in terms of competitiveness, I'm a mediocre bodybuilder. But in terms of like doing what I need to do and living the bodybuilding lifestyle, I nail that, and I enjoy that lifestyle and what it gives to me. So I suppose that's my inspiration behind it. Um, I don't know why, like I kind of went into it.
yeah. So for me, like my dad used to train. I think one of my first ever gym sessions was with my dad, and then when I was like 18, I went with a few friends to just like a really small gym, and then literally since then, I don't think I've taken more than a month out of the gym,
Yeah, just
which was
clicked
like
from there.
11 years ago.
Yeah.
So
As a kid, I used to be into like WWE as well, and I wonder if that kind of influenced on like what my perception of like the male body should look like, and then
yeah,
therefore I don't know. I was watching the WWE Royal Rumble because it's on Netflix now the other day, and I was like, I remember when I used to be into this when I was like 10 or 11, and I wonder if that then influenced me to then
maybe.
go, oh
Yeah,
look, I want a body like these guys, not like the
yeah,
Big Show, but like Roman Reigns.
yeah. I mean, I
And
can't say I know much about WWE,
if
so
anyone watches WWE, I look exactly like Roman Reigns.
let's see what he looks like. Roman, what's his name?
Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Spitting image. Same amount of facial hair, everything.
Mate, I haven't grown any facial hair in
He
25
looks
years.
like Jason
Jason
Momoa.
Samoa, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Samoa.
Is it Momoa or whatever?
Jason Samosa.
Samosa. Samosa sounds
Um,
like something you'd get in Chinese.
yeah, I mean, I can't say when I was getting into, like when I was younger, I was just a PS3, PS4 sweat, whenever, whichever one was out at that time. I would just play games all day and eat shit food. That was my life.
I went through that phase as well.
Yeah, like I was a sweat.
Call of Duty sweat.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, mate.
I had days on that game.
Yeah.
Days.
Yeah. Cool. Modern
But
Warfare 2 is
I
goated.
did have the highest kill streak in my year at school, for like a whole year running.
Because you never got off the game.
Literally never got off it.
Yeah, I went Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, and then I stopped at Black Ops 2.
Yeah, like after Modern Warfare 2, I kind of fizzled out a little bit.
Black Ops 2 was good, bro. Black Ops 2 was good.
Can't say I remember it.
Oh. Yeah, but you probably passed that phase. You probably passed that
Yeah,
COD
I
phase.
grew up.
Yeah, you grew up. I was still in it. Wilborn has asked, "What's worse, deep into a bulk or a cut?" He's actually transitioning to men's physique now.
Thought you were going to say something else.
Oh no.
Sorry, Will. I saw him today. He had a posing lesson, so
Yes, yeah, he's
yeah,
getting a lot better.
yeah,
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Like if he gets on stage because I think he wants to compete next year. So I've been
okay,
coaching him for like 4 years. So that'd be
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah. I'd say I think we sort of loosely answered this before. I'd say deep into a cut is the worst.
Yeah,
Mentally, physically, from a health standpoint as well, probably not the greatest.
yeah,
Because let's be real, like as much as natural bodybuilding is the healthier of the two, it's still not healthy, is it?
no,
Like you're literally starving yourself.
yeah. I think the extremes of it, like you're obviously looking. The extreme is deep into a dieting phase, and that is obviously a lot harder than being in a bulking phase when you are shoveling in food. But
Yeah.
when you're not looking at the extremes, I would say a bulk's harder,
Yeah,
right?
because it's just a bit more vague, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like you're not doing, well, you are doing it for a reason, but it's not like, oh, I want to look a certain way. You're just trying to get strong and
yeah.
push body weight up a little bit.
But when you're doing a standard diet,
Oh,
like
yes.
it should
Yeah.
be fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
Will's probably asking this because he's dieting right now, so he's probably like, this is hard, but come on, Will, you can do it, bro. You can get through it,
He's done pretty aggressive diets before, though, hasn't he?
mate. He's been on dust protocol for his
There you
IB
go.
for prep, pure dust protocol.
So,
Do you know what? He actually started that psychopathic thinking as well because he was like, he started doing like no carb days or something, and then I was like, okay, why? And then he was like, oh, I'm going to Ibiza, and this was like 10 days away from Ibiza, and he was like, I'm just going to no carb it till then. I was like, all right.
okay.
So we did very, very minimal carbs. Yeah, to be fair, his performance wasn't too bad, but like getting back into it was a bit difficult after that,
Yeah, I can imagine.
especially post Ibiza.
Mm. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is all the questions, unless I've had any more come through. Let's have a quick look. I actually thought I was going to get 0 questions as well.
Yeah. I mean, I did get one from Eric, but I can't. I can't answer that one.
Nah, ask it,
I
Eric.
can't.
Is it inappropriate?
Well, no, it's just a bit. It's a bit much.
Do
I wouldn't
people want
say
to know?
inappropriate.
You wouldn't say it. Can you say it to me offline then? If you
Maybe.
can't tell me offline, then it is inappropriate, isn't it? Like,
No, I won't be.
oh, okay. So just to confirm, it is inappropriate. Fucking hell. Right, I think we're done for today.
I think
Hope
so.
everyone has enjoyed episode 13 of the Natty Blueprint podcast. Please do the housework, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz if you are listening to it. And we will catch everyone when I'm in prep and back from Prague. And Denny is 12 weeks out.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
good.
Cool. Thank you everyone for listening, and we'll catch you soon.